Good morning. I was going to do another video about a trip. We're doing one today, going to help my daughter move a few pieces of furniture. She lives in Spring Hill, Tennessee. It's about 150 miles from here. We're going to do a day trip there, help move 2 or 3 pieces of furniture, and take them to lunch and then come back. So 300 miles round trip, but we'll be doing quite a bit of driving back and forth around there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get up to close to 400 miles. I charged to 100% last night. I'll show you the gauge on the truck. And just wanted to show you a normal trip, normal truck stuff. My plan is to drive normal today. I'm not going to do any test different speeds. Just probably be 70, 72, what I would normally drive, and see what the truck does. We do have that charger on Mount Eagle that we might stop at on the way back if we need to, but we'll just wait and see how that looks, and just see what kind of range we're getting on a normal day. Show you loading some things in the back. A little bit of concern about the spoiler back there. Am I going to hit that with anything? So I can roll the tonneau cover up. So one concern is putting furniture against the tonneau cover rolled up. I'll see how that goes. The other concern is the spoiler in the back that comes out over the bed some. What to do if I have anything that's tall enough to hit that. I am bringing some wood blocks to potentially put in front of the furniture with some straps to maybe move the furniture back away from that spoiler. So I'll let you know how that goes loading things into the bed of the truck later today. All right, here we are inside the truck, showing 100%, all the way to 100% this time. 498 miles is what the gasometer is showing. I don't know how many recent miles that's based on, but I did let it charge overnight just to make sure I got to 100% this time. It finished about midnight. I don't like letting it sit at 100% too long, longer than I'd like, but I wanted to make sure I was at 100 this time. So the other thing is showing trip meter. Going to reset that, and I've not reset trip one, so we've been averaging 1.7 miles per kilowatt hour total for 643 miles, and we'll reset this for today, and starts out at 2.1. We'll see where that ends up after our journey today. I did want to show Google Maps interfacing with the truck. It's showing that we'll be there with 59% on arrival and 18% on return. We'll see how that plays out. Last weekend, it was like 6% off on its estimate. So we'll see how that looks as we go through the day. We are pulling out now. The Google updated again and showing 62% now on arrival. And the miles jumped all the way up to 520. So we made it here. This is Keith, my son-in-law. And what are your first thoughts, Keith? You just drove it.
I love it, and the Cybertruck is done. That answers the question for me. Drives really smooth, lots of power, feels big but not too big, so completely manageable. I really like it.
So that's his take. He has a Chevy Bolt. How does it compare to the Bolt?
I mean, you know, it does okay. It doesn't have the comforts of the Bolt. No, I'm kidding. It's really, really nice. I really like the interior of this. I'm used to driving my Bolt, so I'm used to being able to kind of turn, having the turning radius of a ball, I guess, compared to this would be a little bit different, but they actually feel pretty similar. I like the electric feel of kind of letting off the gas, having easier brakes, so I'm used to it, so I really like it.
quick update on our trip today. We are now at 50%. We started out at a solid 100 this morning, and we've been just regular driving, 72 on the interstate, doing things around town. You can see trip 2 here. We got 246, almost 247 miles. That is double that is basically over 490, between 490 and 500 miles of range. If it used the other 50% like we did this 50. And this is a hot day, 96 as you can see. So things have been going well. Enjoyed using the truck today. Alright, quick update. We just got in. 27% left in the battery. Trip 2 here, we drove 356.7 miles, average of 2.1 miles per kilowatt hour. And I'll give a brief summary here in just a minute. Okay guys, wanted to give you a summary of our trip on Saturday. It's now Sunday morning, but used the truck all day. Drove 356 miles. About 56 of that was around their place, moving furniture, those kind of things. I did one of the dressers. I took a picture of it. We'll show you that. It's in there. I had some wood blocks, 2x4s or 2x6s, and I had 4 of those. I really needed 5 to get out to the distance that the tonneau cover is, so that it would push up against those instead of the tonneau cover. It's not great pushing on the tonneau cover with furniture and stuff. So it worked. We got there, but I'd recommend some wood blocks or something for about 5 inches worth. 5 2x4s worth, which would be, I've got to learn to quit doing math when I'm talking on the camera, but anyway, roughly 10 inches or so. So give you some stats on getting there. At 50%, gave you an update. We're 247 miles in. Doubling that would give you a range of 495. And at 73%, when we got back, we had used 73%. We were 27 left, and we had gone 356 miles. That would calculate out to a range of 488. So, if I average those, that would be a range of 491 miles. So I'm thinking this truck, in general use, you're going to get 480, 490, 500 mile range from it yet. And I didn't baby the truck at all. We hauled stuff around, had the tonneau cover rolled up for that. I was doing 72 on the interstate in general. I would get up to 80 sometimes, passing line of trucks or something, but in general we were around 72 miles per hour, and looks like the range is really good on this thing, around 490 miles. The estimate for Google is really conservative. It was about 7%. It was estimating 62. We got there with 69% remaining, so 7% off. And then the round trip was hard to do because we drove that extra 56 miles, but it was estimating we were going to be at 25 when we returned home. We were at 27, but we drove the extra 56 miles. So you add all that up, it's probably around 13% off on the round trip for that. So Google gives you an estimate, but it's conservative. Just be aware of that. It's going to be 7 to 10% or so off in general, just general feel. So using the truck, trip number 2, we did not need to stop. Didn't take the time to stop and charge. A long day, but the truck drove great. Plenty of power on the interstate or secondary type roads, and comfortable. It was a very hot day. Did get a little hot with the seats. I do think these seats are a little bit hot. I'm guessing the RST would be much more comfortable. seat wise, and the LT probably will as well. But still happy with the truck. It is taking a while to charge. It was going to be done at 10:30 Sunday morning. We got in about 9. So it takes a while to charge this thing on a 50 amp plug. My charger charges at 40 amps. So definitely an all night, part of the morning to charge back up type of scenario for a trip. Daily use, it'll charge in a few hours. Well, just wanted to share that with you. Daily use, trip use for a day trip. Easy, didn't even charge, just gobs of range. You really don't even worry about it. So it's wonderful to do that. That's getting into gas car territory. And if we just get a few more chargers out there where people don't worry about finding a charger when they do need to charge, I think this thing's equivalent to a gas truck. So see you guys later.